An alternate reality where things would be totally different, we see Dr. Brief, Bulma's father, working hard on his creation. After the devastation of the Earth, he was trying to create the perfect android. He had used the bodies of several powerful Saiyans, both bad and good, and so he would create Goku. Heavens, I hope this goes well. I have no more resources to make another one, said Dr. Brief. Finally, Goku would open his eyes. Everything had gone well. Goku would observe everywhere. He was confused. What is going on? Who am I? Said Goku. Your name is Goku. You are an android created by me. Technically, I am your father, said Dr. Brief. My father? Said Goku, confused. Wait a moment. You have to assimilate the processor you have in your mind, said Dr. Brief. I have installed many memories in you, but you have to process them little by little. Dr. Brief would take Goku out of the lab. He would take him inside. He would show him a large zoo where he preserved animals to avoid their extinction due to the massacre on Earth. Meanwhile, Dr. Brief kept an eye on Goku throughout history on Earth. He explained that a very powerful enemy called Grandma had attacked the Earth, and with his powers, he absorbed the vitality of living beings. Grandma becomes strong based on the energy of powerful warriors. That's why he believes you, because you are a strong android who cannot benefit, said Dr. Brief. Wow, that sounds great, said Goku. Then I have to go get him, kill him, and that's it. It's not that easy, said Dr. Brief. You're still incomplete, and you need to resort to other androids to become a perfect android. What are you talking about? Said Goku. Dr. Brief would explain to him about other androids that traveled the Earth and different parts of the universe. Each of them had been created by the Red Patrol, an organization that had already disappeared. But they were evil androids, designed to face Grandma, but killing the powerful warriors. Their goal was to eliminate the beings that Grandma benefited from, but before he could do it. Hey, that's wrong, said Goku. I know, they're evil androids. That's why you have to eliminate them, said Dr. Brief. Goku, this is important. Eliminating those androids will give you the strength to stop Grandma's empire. Okay, I'll do it, said Goku. Now just tell me where those androids are. I don't know, but you have a tracking system that will allow you to reach them, said Dr. Brief. You can find it as soon as your internal system settles. Hey, you couldn't finish doing me good, said Goku, disconcerted. No, I'm sorry, but I couldn't, said Dr. Brief. Then the scientist would start coughing. He was in poor health. Time flies and years go by. It was the most efficient way to build you. If I did it right, maybe I wouldn't make it, said Dr. Brief. Dr. Brief coughed. He was very sick. Hey, are you okay? Said Goku. Yes, don't worry. Now go, you'll know everything in detail, said Dr. Brief. Little by little, your memory system will settle. It's not healthy to force it. Let it be. You'll understand. You have two sides to defeat. The evil androids that kill strong warriors and Grandma. I understand. It would be easier to go directly to Grandma, said Goku. No, you're crazy, said Dr. Brief. Annoying. Grandma has a power beyond your imagination. First, make yourself strong. But androids kill strong warriors. That benefits Grandma. If I go for them, Grandma will be stronger, said Goku. Maybe. I trust you. Now don't waste time and go, said Dr. Brief. In that way, Goku would begin his journey in search of the evil androids. He had the mission of becoming the perfect android. Goku was traveling the Earth while Dr. Brief, exhausted, would reach his laboratory. There he would go to a capsule where Bulma was. She had a heart disease that she had not yet been able to cure. For this reason, he had her in animated suspension until he managed to find a cure. But his own health was deteriorated by all the time and work he dedicated to Goku. He hardly ate all day and slept much less. Goku would reach a village. Somehow, something attracted him. "I feel the need to be here, and I don't know why, Goku." The village was in ruins. The inhabitants were hungry for the few crops they had. Everyone saw them with fear. They knew it was someone strong for the simple fact that he came flying. Could it be that I feel the presence of an android? Goku would think. Suddenly, Goku would jump by reflex. A ball of ki would hit the ground, shaking everything. The inhabitants would run terrified of the danger. "Hey, who did that?" Goku furious. Piccolo had introduced himself. Goku's memory would be activated. "You are Piccolo, an android." Goku: "Hey, Worm, how do you know that?" Piccolo, upset. "Because I'm an android." "An android? Then we are not enemies. I only kill real living beings. That's what I was programmed for." Piccolo would begin to move away when he lost interest in Goku. But Goku would instantly stand in front of Piccolo, blocking his path. "What do you want?" Piccolo would seriously ask. "I was programmed to destroy you." Goku: "I'm sorry, but I can't let you keep killing powerful warriors." "What?" Piccolo: "I was built to eliminate Grandma, but for that I have to kill them." Goku: "You will make me stronger." "Idiot! We are enemies of Grandma." Piccolo: "I'm sorry, but I was not programmed to make alliances." Goku would raise his ki, showing his power. Even so, Piccolo did not look very excited. "I understand. I have no intention of killing you, but you do have them. I have no choice but to finish you." Piccolo would throw himself at Goku with a direct attack, but Goku would block the attack as if nothing. "Wow, not bad, Piccolo, but it's not enough for me." Goku and Piccolo exchanged blows at high speed. Even so, the battle was intense. Goku tried to beat Piccolo, but it was not an easy task. He even felt that Piccolo was stronger than him. Little by little, as time passed, Piccolo showed better coordination and technique. Little by little, Goku would lose advantage. At one point, Piccolo would knock down Goku with a hammer blow. Goku would fall to the ground, hitting himself hard. He would leave a big well after the impact. Then Piccolo would detonate a rain of ki balls at Goku. Goku would create an energy barrier to support them, but it would not be an easy task. After not supporting the barrier, Goku would suffer a great damage. "You are just a disgusting worm. Whoever created you did it of poor quality." Piccolo: "They created me based on the most powerful Namekians in the solar system. On the other hand, I don't even know what race you are, because they clearly didn't create you based on humans." "I'm a Saiyan," Goku when he stood up. "A Saiyan created by Dr. Brief, programmed to save the universe, and I won't let anyone get in my way." Goku was weak, but he decided not to give up. "You won't do any of that, Piccolo." Piccolo would point to Goku, creating a big ki ball. He was ready to attack him. "Who are you?" It would be heard in the distance.
A ki disc would cut Piccolo's arm. Damn it! Piccolo, seeing himself interrupted by the attack, Krillin had made his entrance, saving Goku just in time. "Disgusting worm, you were supposed to be dead." Piccolo in pain. "No, I'm alive, and soon you will die." Krillin. By the time Piccolo realized, Goku was already in the sky in front of him. He was preparing his Kamehameha. Goku. Piccolo, by reflex, would try to cover himself with both arms, forgetting that he was missing one. Thanks to that advantage, Goku's Kamehameha impacts directly. Piccolo would succumb to the power of Goku. He would fall to the ground in a grave state. He was still alive, but very weak to move. Go, someone finally defeats him. Krillin. Hey, thanks for helping me. Goku. It's nothing. This ungrateful killed all my dojo. Only I could escape. Krillin. Damn, Even if you kill me, I'm the weakest of the androids. You can never beat me. Piccolo. Shut up. Goku. Goku would step on Piccolo's chest with great force. Piccolo would give his last breath and die. Hey, who are you? I never saw you around here. Krillin. I was just born. I'm Goku, an android Saiyan. Goku. Android? Krillin. Terrified. Krillin would take distance and put on guard. No, wait! I was created to kill the other androids. Goku. Really? Krillin. Yes, Dr. Brief built me to eliminate the androids and make me stronger with them, although I still don't know how. Goku. After that, when I have enough power, I'll fight Grandma. Well, you killed Piccolo. I guess I can trust you. Krillin. Besides, you use the Kamehameha, and not everyone can use that technique. Oh no? Goku. Well, I have an incorporated database. Maybe Dr. Brief incorporated it from someone. It's possible. Krillin. Goku would watch Piccolo closely. Something caught his attention. Killing the androids to make me stronger. Goku, when something happened to him, Goku would point Piccolo with his hand, a chip would come out of the Namekian's head. This would get into Goku's arm. Wow, what an impression! Krillin. Red lines would be drawn on Goku's arm. Heavens, this hurts! Goku. Suddenly, Goku would feel something special in him. A new energy went through his body and more information. Now I understand. Each android has a booster. I am compatible with all of them. Goku. You're like a skill thief. Krillin. Yes, as ugly as it sounds, that's right. Goku. Krillin would take Goku to his refuge. To keep him informed of the other androids, he would tell him his story and how the other androids killed all of his friends. Grandma had been the main attacker, but when he left, the androids resurfaced, hoping that Grandma wouldn't get stronger. Thanks to Krillin's help, Goku would have more information on how to finish off the rest of the androids. On the other hand, somewhere in space, Grandma would travel the universe. He was supported by a powerful army. Exactly, Frieza's army. Grandma, with her great power, she was subject to Frieza, so the Cold Demon had to follow all of his orders. Great sir, our journey to Earth was already planned. Frieza. Good, I hope that about the dragon's wings is true. Grandma. Our informants managed to verify the information, so don't worry about that. Frieza, after making a reverence. Frieza, I'll tell you one more time, I keep you alive for your army and knowledge of the universe. If I see that you're up to anything, I'll absorb you. Grandma. Don't worry about that, I wouldn't be able to do it. Frieza, almost trembling. What will happen now that Goku beat Piccolo? How strong will Grandma be? And even more importantly, will Goku be able to defeat Grandma? We'll see all of this in the next part of this incredible theory. And well, friends, so far part 1 of this theory of Goku, the perfect android. I hope you liked it. If this video reaches 10,000 likes, I'll upload the next part as fast as I can. Remember to subscribe, comment, and leave your powerful like, because that would motivate me to continue uploading this theory. Without more to say, see you in the next part.
Before we start, guys, we need to reach the goal of 150 likes. This will help YouTube continue recommending our videos and give us more encouragement to further improve our texts, narrations, and stories for you. Goku was exhausted but full of determination. The experience had been revealing. He had discovered his ability to absorb the powers of other androids, which gave him a significant boost in his power. With Piccolo's chip now integrated into his system, Goku felt stronger than ever, but also more aware of the magnitude of his mission. So, do you know where the androids are? Goku would say. Something like that, Krillin would say. It's not that he has them under control, but his attacks always comply with patterns, so I deduced his control zones. Krillin would show a map where several marked zones would be seen. Each zone corresponded to an android. Wow, all these androids? Only on Earth? Goku would say.
Only on Earth? Krillin would say, confused. It's just that outside the Earth, there's more, Goku would say. Don't make it up, Krillin would say. I'm serious, Goku would say. Well, at least I can feel their presence in space. So why do you want my help? If you can feel their presence, Krillin would say. Well, it's not that precise, Goku would say. It's like I know where they are, but more or less. I don't understand, Krillin would say, confused. Me neither, Goku would say. Whatever. If you want to go to the next android, the closest one is one called 17, Krillin would say. 17, Goku would say, but that's just a number. Yes, and his sister's name is 18, Krillin would say. I don't know. I think that when they gave them names, they said, you know what? I don't care. Give them the impression number. Accompanied by Krillin, Goku went to the next target on his list, the android number 17. According to Krillin's reports, number 17 was one of the most dangerous androids. Known for his cruelty and ruthless efficiency in combat, he had been responsible for the destruction of numerous villages and the elimination of brave warriors who had crossed his path. As they headed to the place where it was rumored that number 17 was, Goku took advantage of the time to assimilate the information he had acquired. Despite having been born recently, his ability to learn and adapt was amazing. He wondered what other secrets and skills he could discover as he advanced in his search to defeat Gram. On the other hand, in the depths of space, Gram continued his relentless expansion, supported by the powerful army of Frieza. Despite Gramma's warnings, Frieza could not help but feel a mixture of fear and resentment towards the being that had him under his control. However, for the moment, Frieza had no choice but to comply with Gramma's orders if he wanted to preserve his own existence. I, the great Frieza, being humiliated by a guy who came out of nowhere and steals other people's skills? Would think Frieza, annoying. At some point, I will find the opportunity to get rid of him. Meanwhile, in the devastated land, Goku and Krillin were stealthily approaching number 17's hideout. The area was desolate, with ruins that resembled the ravages caused by war and destruction. As they entered the area, they could feel the pressure in the air, indicating that they were close to their goal. Finally, they would reach an ancient industrial complex, now turned into 17's hideout. The place was surrounded by an aura of darkness and danger, but Goku did not have it. He knew that facing 17 would be a test of his skills, just discovered, but it was also a necessary step on his way to defeat Gram and protect what was left of the Earth. Well, I think I'll stay here, Krillin would say. Yes, it is better that you keep your distance. I understand that 17 is stronger than Piccolo, Goku would say. Goku would advance into the complex, prepared for whatever he found. However, before they could get too far, they would be intercepted by a group of less powerful androids, sent by number 17 to defend their territory. What a waste. These first-generation androids. They don't have the chips I need, Goku would say. All the androids would launch towards Goku. He would move from side to side, mocking all their attacks with a formidable speed. No matter what the androids tried, they couldn't do him the slightest damage. Goku, losing his patience, would move quickly between them. In one hit, each one would destroy them. Each one of them would explode into thousands of pieces. Wow, in the end, they turned out to be more mechanical parts than anything, Goku would say. Hey, what did you just do? 17 would say, when he showed up. It's not that I like them, but they were very useful to me. You must be 17, Goku would say. I was looking for you, and you are an android, there is no doubt, 17 would say. I am Goku, an android created by Dr. Brief, designed to defeat Grandma. So, we're friends. I fight to prevent Grandma from getting too strong, 17 would say. First, I must destroy you, Goku would say. That is my mission. Heavens, what a strange subject, 17 would say. I don't understand. Why do you have to fight me if we actually have the same rival? Because if I beat you, I'll be stronger, Goku would say seriously. Oh, that makes sense, 17 would say. Goku would raise his power to transform into Super Saiyan. Piccolo's chip had given him that quality. Hey, that's not fair. I don't have that quality, 17 would say. Goku would throw himself at 17. He would reach him with a very powerful kick. 17 would cross his arms, resisting the attack, while he would retreat several meters, scraping his feet on the ground. Wow, not bad. You are not an ordinary subject, 17 would say. 17 would throw himself at Goku. He would reach him with a strong punch in his stomach. Even so, Goku would instantly respond with the same blow. Evidently, 17 would receive more damage. Goku's strength was greater than 17's. It's not true, 17 would say. Just to be clear, you can't beat me, Goku would say. We'll see about that, 17 would say. Goku and 17 would throw themselves at each other. They would begin to exchange blows at great speed. The abandoned factory would begin to collapse due to the expansion of such frenetic power between them. Little by little, Goku would manage to keep 17 under control. Goku learned more and more about his skills, improving them in combat, thus making the difference in power between them greater. At one point, Goku would knock 17 down, making him fall to the ground. Then, Goku would create a giant ki ball and throw it at 17. But a beam of energy from one side would deflect it. Suddenly, 17 would disappear. There is someone. I was careless, Goku would say. Suddenly, Goku would receive a kick from behind. It was 18, who had arrived to save his brother. Idiot! How dare you touch my brother? 18 would say. Hey, behind your back is cowardly, Goku would say. Oh, you're a girl. Wow, what an observer you are, 18 would say. 18, what are you doing here? I could against him, 17 would say. It's not what I was seeing, 18 would say. Goku would pay attention to 18. He had the same qualities as 17. They are exactly the same, 18 would say. They were brothers before they became androids, Goku would think. Very well, now you will have no chance, 17 would say. We will finish you, whoever you are, 18 would say. I am Goku, an android in search of perfection. I was created by Dr. Brief to defeat you, Goku would say. Goku would raise his energy to the maximum. He would throw everything at both androids. He would start hitting them with all his strength. Although he had more difficulty with the presence of 18, he managed to put them in their place. Both androids fought in a really coordinated way, but anyway, Goku's speed and strength were superior. Little by little, Goku would wear out both brothers. It cannot be. What kind of android is this? 18 would say. From what I understood, it gets stronger by defeating other androids, 17 would say. That does not make sense, 18 would say. Well, he defeated Piccolo and became stronger, 17 would say. Goku would come between both androids. He would hit each one in the ribs. Both would be stunned for a moment, and then Goku would knock them down. Goku would descend slowly and see the androids agonizing. They no longer have a chance against me, Goku would say. I will not allow them to continue killing innocent warriors. Idiot, we do it so that Grandma does not get stronger, 17 would say. Grandma strengthens with the powers of powerful warriors, 18 would say. And I benefit from evil androids like you, Goku would say. Goku would reach 17 with a strong blow to his stomach, removing his hand through his back. 18 would go to his rescue, but Goku would respond with a ki beam that would cross his shoulder. Both androids lay on the ground, unable to move. This was a good test. In addition to the powers they leave me, I learned a lot, Goku would say. Goku would raise his hand. Krillin had just arrived. Wow, he really did it, Krillin would say. From the heads of 17 and 18, a chip would come out of each one. These would go to Goku's arm. By mimicking him, his power would grow enormously. This is amazing, Goku would say. Hey, are they dead? Krillin would say. Yes, without the chip they cannot live, Goku would say. Great, Krillin would say. Krillin would go for 18 and load it in his arms. "Krillin, what are you going to do with 18? Goku would say. Well, since it does not work, I wanted to leave it in decoration in my room," Krillin would say. "Are not you going to repair it?" Goku would say, confused. "Not crazy. Also, I don't know how it is done," Krillin would say. "Well, it will be better if I go. I have a lot to do." Krillin would go with 18 to his house, while now Goku would continue with his journey. "I'm not so sure this power is enough, but the difference is huge," Goku would say. Goku felt that his qualities had improved noticeably. Meanwhile, Grandma had already reached Earth. "Wow, it seems that this place has been well built," Grandma would say. "The last time I left it so bad that I thought it was going to explode. I will order the soldiers to start exploring," Frieza would say. "You should have already done it," Grandma would say seriously. "I'm sorry, sir," Frieza would say. Frieza would give the order to all the soldiers. After that, he would enter the laboratory. He would see one of the scientists. "Hey, we got to Earth and you didn't finish that," Frieza would say seriously. "I'm sorry. It's a lot of work and I have to do it carefully so that Grandma doesn't find out," the scientist would say. The scientist would remove a capsule with Vegeta from the wall. "I'm still missing the last touches, but it's almost ready," the scientist would say. "Vegeta is an android that I defeated on Earth. It was designed to destroy warriors, but it was incomplete," Frieza would say. "If you manage to improve it and reprogram it, you will be able to face Grandma before it gets stronger. There is less left. I just need to do the last adjustments well," the scientist would say. "Hurry up. If Grandma gets the dragon spheres, we will all be in trouble," Frieza would say. Frieza planned to betray Grandma, without knowing that on Earth, another warrior was preparing to face him. What could happen now that Grandma arrived on planet Earth? Will Grandma find Goku? And also, how strong will Vegeta be? We will see all this in the next part of this incredible theory. And well, friends, so far part 2 of this theory of Goku the perfect android. I hope you loved it. If this video reaches 150 likes, I will upload the next part as soon as I can. Remember to subscribe, comment, and leave your powerful like. That would motivate me to continue uploading this theory. Without more to say, see you in the next part.
After Grandma's arrival to Earth, the panorama became even more tense and challenging. With his army at his disposal and the powerful Frieza by his side, Grandma represented an imminent threat to the planet and its inhabitants. Meanwhile, Goku continued his search for androids to strengthen himself and face this new threat with all his strength. Goku, with the newly acquired power of the chips of 17 and 18 integrated into his system, felt stronger than ever. However, he knew that facing Grandma would be a monumental task that would require absolute strength and power. With Earth devastated as a backdrop, Goku was preparing for the inevitable confrontation, while Grandma was relentlessly advancing towards her goal, the Dragon Balls. Meanwhile, Frieza was plunged into intrigue and internal conflict. Despite serving Grandma out of fear of his own destiny, the proud space tyrant longed for the opportunity to break free from the chains that bound him. With the promise of an android specifically designed to face Grandma, Frieza was looking for an opportunity to change the course of events in his favor. The scientist worked tirelessly in the laboratory to complete the last touches on Vegeta, the android who had been defeated on Earth. With each meticulous adjustment, Vegeta was getting closer and closer to his full potential, ready to be an unstoppable force in the battle for the fate of the universe. "Come on, there's almost nothing left," the scientist would say with tension. Meanwhile, on Earth, Goku continued his training and preparation for the inevitable confrontation with Grandma. With each step he took, he felt more confident in his skills and more determined to protect his home from the threat that was looming over them. Goku would manage to defeat several more androids, benefiting from his powers. But at one point, he would feel Grandma's presence.
"It can't be. That guy is stupidly strong," Goku would say. On the other hand, Granma advanced with determination through the desolate landscape. His eyes shone with a cold and calculating intensity as he traced his course towards his goal. As he approached his destination, his imposing presence sent waves of fear through those who had the misfortune of crossing his path. Granma would already find 3 dragon spheres. He was getting closer and closer to fulfilling his mission. "There are only 4 left. I have to hurry. I want to leave this place," Granma would say. Suddenly, a warrior would arrive with a strong kick. But Granma, without even noticing, would hold the attacker's foot. It was Tenshin Han. "Hey, do you want to die?" Granma would say. "Miserable! You were the one who destroyed the earth in the past," Tenshin Han would say furiously. Granma would show an expression of boredom. "Heavens, you are very weak," Granma would say. "You are no use, not even to cover a mole." Granma would hold Tenshin Han by the neck. The warrior could not free himself. Suddenly, Tenshin Han would begin to feel dizzy. Granma's veins beat in a signal that he was absorbing his power. Then he would release Tenshin Han and he would fall dead. "Wow, in the end he hardly felt any improvement," Granma would say. "This guy was far behind. But anyway, it all adds up." Granma would continue her journey looking for the rest of the dragon spheres. Meanwhile, in the secret laboratory, the scientist finally completed the final adjustments with Vegeta. With a flash of anticipation in his eyes, he would activate the powerful android and watch with amazement as he claimed life in front of him. With his formidable presence and overwhelming power, Vegeta was ready to face any enemy that got in his way. "Finally awake," the scientist would say. Vegeta would undoubtedly hold the scientist by the neck. "What is all this?" Vegeta would say. "Frieza ordered to rebuild you," the scientist would say. "It was Frieza who defeated me," Vegeta would say. "I know, but he wanted to save you," the scientist would say. The soldiers would warn Frieza, and he would come without delay. "Vegeta," Frieza would say. "Vegeta," Vegeta would say. "Stop! I'm not your enemy," Frieza would say. "What are you talking about?" Vegeta would say, distrusting the situation. "I had to defeat you because I had orders, but I rebuilt you, giving you more power. Now you are stronger and you can fight Granma," Frieza would say. Vegeta would be disconcerted. At that moment, his processor would be activated. The new order was to destroy Granma. "Granma," Vegeta would say. "Yes, I understand, but be careful. Granma is looking for the dragon spheres. If he gets them, his power will be colossal," Frieza would say. Goku would manage to find Granma. Both would face each other. "Who are you?" Granma would say seriously. "I am Goku, an android," but I would be interrupted by Granma, who with great speed would come to him and hold him by the face. "I'm not interested in introductions," Granma would say. "You are an android. You are useless to me." Granma would take several turns on herself without releasing Goku. When he released him, he would fall to the ground at great speed. "Loser!" Granma would say, turning around and moving away slowly. Suddenly, Goku's scream would call his attention. Goku would raise his power to the maximum, transforming into Super Saiyan. "What?" Granma would say, disconcerted. Goku showed all his sparkling energy. In the battlefield, Goku was preparing for the final confrontation. With each fiber of his being focused on the task ahead, he would launch forward with determination and courage. ready to face Grandma and stop his evil plan once and for all. Goku was face to face with Grandma. With their combined powers and their unbreakable determination, he would launch forward to face the evil being that threatened to destroy everything he loved. Goku and Grandma would start with a formidable battle. While both warriors fought with courage, Goku discovered his new powers thanks to all the androids he had defeated. But Grandma wouldn't let himself intimidated. "You don't do anything wrong," Grandma would say, excited to have a real battle. "Shut up! You think you're better than me?" Goku would say. "I think the state of the fight speaks for itself," Grandma would say. Goku would force his ki beyond his limits, achieving great power. Despite this, Grandma didn't look very excited.
"What are you going to do? I want to leave," Grandma would say. Goku would take his hands back, preparing a great Kamehameha. He would launch his attack with all his strength. Grandma would be disconcerted by so much energy in a single point. Even so, with both hands he would sustain the attack. He should make a great effort to resist it. "You really are an incredible guy," Grandma would say. But it's not enough. Grandma would counter the attack with his own ki attack. He would gradually gain great advantage. Goku couldn't believe it. His own Kamehameha turned against him. "No, I can't let Grandma win this fight," Goku would say with determination. Despite Goku's desires and his tenacity, he would only delay the inevitable. Grandma hardly made an effort, while Goku left his soul in the fight. Moments later, the attack would hit Goku, leaving a vast destruction around him. After that, we see Goku defeated on the ground. "Yes, it was interesting," Grandma would say. Grandma would leave, ready to continue his search for the Dragon Balls. He would notice that the soldiers who accompanied him were not there. "What the hell? Did they all leave?" Grandma would say. Grandma would pay attention to his surroundings. "I don't understand. Those idiots left without my permission. I will eliminate them for that," Grandma would say. Grandma would leave on a return trip to her ship to find out what was going on. On the other hand, Goku was still alive, although he was really hurt. "Damn it! That was close," Goku would say. "That guy almost kills me." Goku would stand up with difficulty. Little by little, his body would heal. "Wow, I didn't think my wounds would heal so fast," Goku would say. Goku would close his eyes. I would understand. "It's Piccolo's chip! How great!" Goku would say. "Now I have to make time and look for more androids. Next time, I will defeat that fool." Grandma would return to her ship. The soldiers were terrified of her presence. "I demand an explanation. Why are you here without my permission?" Frieza would find out about Grandma's arrival. "Vegeta, you have to go right now," Frieza would say. "I'll do it in pieces," Vegeta would say. Vegeta would leave the ship. Grandma didn't understand what was going on. "Hey, I don't know you, but you're wearing a uniform similar to Frieza's army," Grandma would say. "Who are you?" "I am Vegeta, an android programmed to eliminate you," Vegeta would say. "Programmed?" Grandma would say. Vegeta would transform into Super Saiyan God, unleashing a colossal power. Even Grandma couldn't believe it. "What kind of guy is this?" Grandma would say. Vegeta would come to Grandma with a strong kick that would throw him away. Grandma would suffer a great pain. "It can't be that an android has so much strength," Grandma would say, disconcerted. Then Vegeta would follow Grandma.
he would attack him with a series of consecutive blows at a speed that Grandma couldn't keep up with. "Damn, what kind of guy are you?" Grandma would say. "Your executioner," Vegeta would say. Grandma would move away from Vegeta. She would start raising her ki to the maximum, something she hadn't done in a long time. "You look a lot like the other fool I just defeated, so you'll run with the same fate." "I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't care," Vegeta would say. Grandma would throw herself at Vegeta again. Between the two of them, they would have a formidable battle. Things were intense. Grandma had problems to sustain the fight, but even so, she managed to stand up to the circumstances. While the fight was unfolding, Frieza paid attention from his ship. The entire army was terrified. "Damn, I thought Vegeta would beat him easily," Frieza would say. In the end, this guy never showed his true power. While the fight continued, Grandma would meditate that he had been betrayed. It wasn't very difficult to realize that. In a moment, Grandma would manage to knock Vegeta down, but he would stop his fall before hitting the ground. "You are really tough," Grandma would say. "Do you work for Frieza?" "That's none of your business," Vegeta would say. "I came to kill you, and that's all you should know." "Wow, you're very proud," Grandma would say. "It doesn't matter. This will be a fight to prove how far I can go." Grandma and Vegeta would throw themselves at each other, resuming their fight. Frieza saw everything with fear, while Goku was recovering to return to the fight. What will happen now that Goku is recovering? Will Vegeta defeat Grandma? And even more importantly, what will be the fate of planet Earth? We will see all this in the next part of this incredible theory of Goku the perfect android. And well friends, so far part 3 of this theory of Goku the perfect android. I hope you loved it. If this video reaches 150 likes, I will upload the next part as fast as I can. Remember to subscribe, comment, and leave your powerful like, since that would motivate me to continue uploading this theory. Without more to say, see you in the next part.
With the burning determination within him, Goku would rise from the ground, with his body still vibrating with the energy of the last confrontation. Despite the wounds, he felt stronger than ever, fed by the desire to protect the Earth. With his eyes fixed on the horizon, he would focus on his next move. "I have to get stronger. I can't fight Grandma at this mediocre level," Goku would say, seriously. "I need to find more androids. Even if they are already the strongest, I have to accumulate all the possible advantage." Meanwhile, Vegeta and Grandma continued their titanic confrontation, with each blow resonating like a thunderbolt in the desolate landscape. The air was charged with the energy of their clash, and both warriors launched with a ferocity that threatened to break the world itself. "It can't be that this guy is so strong," furious Grandma would say. "I wanted a real fight, but this is too much." Vegeta, imbued with the power of the Super Saiyan God, moved with a grace and speed that defied logic. Each movement was a ray of light, each movement was a deadly dance. But Grandma was not easily defeated. With his own impressive strength and his astute ingenuity, he counterattacked with a ferocious determination. "Damn, this guy seems to learn from my movements," Vegeta would think. Vegeta would study Grandma's behavior. He knew that he became stronger as the battle went on, although he still did not reach his level. He understood that he had to hurry things up. Meanwhile, in Frieza's ship, the tension was palpable. The soldiers trembled at the spectacle that was taking place on the battlefield, while the space tyrant observed with a mixture of anxiety and fascination. "This is incredible," Frieza would say to himself. I never imagined that I would see someone challenge Grandma in this way. The battle continued its course. Grandma was injured, Vegeta had the advantage. At one point, Vegeta would launch a powerful ki attack at Grandma. This would hold the attack with great force. "So you're an android," Grandma would say. "I see you're good, but even if you're stronger than me, I'll be the winner." Grandma would make an extra effort. Vegeta would notice the great increase in power in Grandma. "This has to be a joke," Vegeta would say, disconcerted. Grandma would manage to deflect the attack as if nothing, although as a result of that, he would be exhausted. Vegeta would observe carefully where his own attack had gone. "How did he do that?" Vegeta would say. "Wow, you seem impressed," Grandma would say. "I am a prodigy, and I can learn and strengthen myself very quickly." Grandma's muscles would grow for a moment. "Even to be stronger," Grandma would say. Grandma would reach Vegeta with a strong blow right on his shoulder. The attack would be deadly. He would leave his arm almost emotionless. "It can't be," Vegeta said between his teeth. "Don't worry, Vegeta is ready for that," said the scientist. Suddenly, Vegeta's shoulder would begin to tremble. Out of nowhere, he was like new. "Wow, it's a good repair," said Grandma. "But you won't be able to repair yourself all the time." Grandma would launch everything at Vegeta again, but he would respond with a fierce kick in his face that would make him turn several times in circles and then throw him away from a ki attack. Grandma would leave far away without understanding what had happened. "You may be strong, but you are immortal," Vegeta would say. "You are wasting too much energy and you have not realized it." Grandma would touch her forehead. She would realize that she was burning, in addition to having a very fast pulse. "It's true. I didn't realize I was at the limit," thought Grandma. "I was so excited about this fight that I didn't realize I was taking my body to a point that was hurting me." Goku would see the fight from afar. He had felt Vegeta's location. "This is strange. Vegeta can transform?" said Goku. "According to my database, Vegeta was not capable of that. Somehow he must have received an external improvement." Vegeta would somehow manage to feel Goku's presence from afar. He would see it. "Are you looking at me?" Goku would say. "That insect seems to be an android and somehow it is connecting with me," Vegeta would think. "Very well, it's time to end this," Vegeta would say. Vegeta would throw everything at Grandma, but Grandma would kick the ground, creating a sweep. A curtain of dirt would rise that would take away his vision for a moment. "I'm not as stupid as to fall into that," Vegeta would say. Vegeta would launch several ki attacks towards the curtain of dirt, but nothing would happen. When the dust fell and reached the place, he would see a hole in the floor. "What the hell?" Vegeta would say, disconcerted. Several meters away, we see Grandma leave the earth. "Goodbye, Socket," Grandma would say. Grandma would fly out and go straight to her ship. "It can't be! He's coming this way," Frieza would say, terrified. "Come on, he has to run away," one of the scientists would say. Frieza would try to escape from there, but even if he did, Grandma's speed was totally superior. "Where's so fast?" Grandma would say. "I was just looking for reinforcements," Frieza would say. "Do you think I'm stupid?" Grandma would say. Grandma would hold Frieza by the neck. At that moment, Vegeta would arrive. "It can't be," Vegeta said. "If I kept you, it's in case something like this happened," Grandma would say. Grandma would begin to absorb the vitality of Frieza. The Emperor of Evil was doing his best to free himself, but Grandma's strength was too much. Vegeta would launch a ki attack towards Grandma, but he would dodge it without releasing Frieza. In a matter of seconds, it would end. Grandma would release Frieza, dropping him to the ground. Grandma's power had grown to a great level. "This feels so good," Grandma would say.
Grandma would explode his ki to the maximum. His hair would turn red given his transformation. Now he possessed an incredible power that even Vegeta could not face. How stupid I was to let him run away, Vegeta would say. Vegeta would stand guard ready for the new confrontation. Don't think you'll get away with it, Vegeta would say, determined. I'll finish you anyway. Grandma would arrive out of nowhere. Vegeta would hit his stomach hard with a punch. Vegeta would receive great damage. He never even be able to read Grandma's speed. You became slow, Grandma would say. I think you trusted yourself too much. Vegeta would be on his knees. He could hardly move. Look at you. You can't fight anymore, Grandma would say. Vegeta would instantly respond with a high punch, but Grandma would dodge it.
This feels so good, Grandma would say. Grandma would explode his ki to the maximum. His hair would turn red, given his transformation. Now he possessed an incredible power that even Vegeta could not face. How stupid I was to let him run away, Vegeta would say. Vegeta would stand guard, ready for the new confrontation. Don't think you'll get away with it, Vegeta would say, determined. I'll finish you anyway. Grandma would arrive out of nowhere. Vegeta would hit his stomach hard with a punch. Vegeta would receive great damage. He would not even have been able to read Grandma's speed. You became slow, Grandma would say. I think you trusted yourself too much. Vegeta would be on his knees. He could hardly move. Look at you, you can't fight anymore, Grandma would say. Vegeta would instantly respond with a high punch, but Grandma would dodge it just in time. Wow, you're really stubborn, Grandma would say. Grandma would kick him under the chin and throw him away. You are good and very strong. You would be a good member of my army, Grandma would say. Grandma would reach Vegeta and hold him by the hair. I would lift him a few centimeters from the ground. Hey, you're an android. You don't serve me to absorb you, but if you're willing to live, I can give you the place of right hand. What do you think, Grandma would say. You are an insect, Vegeta would say. Come on, you would be very useful to me. You would have eyes for me and you would help me a lot, Grandma would say. Do you accept or die? Vegeta would explode his ki to the maximum, managing to free himself from Grandma. I prefer to die before giving in to you, Vegeta would say. Vegeta is fighting with all his being. He would have to defeat both. But I don't know, something tells me that I must help him, Goku would think. No, I'm an ant for them. The best thing I can do in this case is to wait and see how everything evolves. Vegeta would throw everything at Grandma. He would attack him with a rain of consecutive blows. Even so, it would not do him the slightest damage. Grandma dodged all attacks without even covering himself. Wow, what a waste! Now that I don't have Frieza, he would have been very useful to me, Grandma would say. Grandma would attack Vegeta with the edge of her hand connecting on her shoulder. The blow would be so strong that it would break several bones. Vegeta would fall to the ground instantly. He could not move. Jealous, look what you did! Difficult, Grandma would say, disappointed. Vegeta would try to stand up, but he would not succeed despite his determination. As soon as he tries, he falls again. Old man, you're gonna make me feel sorry, Grandma would say. Hey, Vegeta would say. Suddenly, Goku would receive a stab in his head. What is this? Goku would say as he held on tightly. You have to look for my chip, Vegeta would say in Goku's mind. Hey, you hacked me, Goku would say. You've been watching everything for a while, I can tell, Vegeta would say. This guy is gonna kill me. I know you're made to defeat him, so I'll take care of it. It's what we have in common. But I also have to defeat you, Goku would say. For that I was programmed. Grandma boarded the situation, and without knowing what he was talking about with Goku, he would destroy him with a ki attack. The impact would be on his chest, hitting strongly. Vegeta had just lost his life. Now to continue with the Dragon Spheres, Grandma would say. Grandma would leave there as soon as possible. She would return to Frieza's ship and attack each of the soldiers for their betrayal. Some of them would tell him the truth in exchange for continuing to live, but Grandma would not spare their lives. After that, he would return to his path of gathering the Dragon Spheres. Goku would arrive as soon as possible with Vegeta. He would see him dead on the ground. Vegeta, you are a formidable android, Goku would say. You did not need to benefit from anyone to be so strong. You only received an improvement. So, you achieved that glorious transformation and an unbreakable determination. You even put your mission above your life by delegating me this job. Goku would squeeze his fist with force. It was a mixture of impotence and pride. Vegeta, I am not as worthy as you, but I will accept your chip to fulfill our mission. Now help me defeat Grandma, Goku would say. Goku would raise his fist. Vegeta's chip would come out of his head, but when it was shown, it was bigger than the rest. Demons, you have it very big, Goku would say. Vegeta's chip would enter his arm. Goku would feel a strong pain. He would scream for the sensation. It can't be. I feel like it tears me apart inside, Goku would say.
Goku's veins would stand out everywhere. A strange energy ran through his body. Suddenly, steam would come out through the pores of his skin. Not even Goku understood what was happening to him. At the end of the effect, Goku would faint. Meanwhile, Grandma continued on her journey looking for the dragon spheres. Now he was alone, so it would be slower. I can't believe all those fools were working against me. A carelessness and I would have been eliminated, Grandma would say. Now that doesn't matter. As soon as he asks for my wish for the dragon spheres, I will be unstoppable. Grandma would find the 6th dragon sphere. Only the last one was missing. At that moment, Goku would open his eyes suddenly. I'm alive, Goku would say. Goku would rise to the top of the sky. He was ready to look for Grandma. I feel that things will be different now, Goku would say. It's time to finish this once and for all. Goku would raise his power to the maximum and fly at great speed towards Grandma. He would arrive faster than I expected. Hey, I didn't kill you, Grandma would say. Grandma, I came back to finish you off, Goku would say. Hey, I don't have time to play, Grandma would say when ignoring him, but at the moment Goku was in front of Grandma. Don't you dare go anywhere, Goku would say seriously. How did he move so fast, Grandma would think. I didn't even feel it. Grandma would ask. Goku stood in front of Grandma with a burning determination in his eyes. He had returned, strengthened by Vegeta's chip that now resided in his body. An unknown energy pulsed through him, making him feel more powerful than ever before. With an impressive aura surrounding him, Goku was preparing to face the formidable Grandma. Grandma, disconcerted by Goku's rapid appearance in front of him, was preparing for the confrontation. Although his power had increased enormously after absorbing Frieza's energy, he did not expect to come across a renewed and more powerful Goku. What happened to you, Goku? Grandma would ask, trying to understand the situation. Goku, with an intense look, would answer firmly. I have received an update that has made me stronger, and now I am here to stop you, Goku would say seriously. Update? Grandma would say, confused. Hey, I'm already very strong and I'm not interested in testing my limits. I just want to go through the dragon spheres, Grandma would say. No, I won't allow it, Goku would say. You and I are going to fight now and I will defeat you. That way I will not only fulfill my commitment, but I will also make a bond, just like friends or something like that. Goku would begin to raise his power. Grandma would be attentive. He would notice the Goku he was seeing at that moment was not the same as before. This is different. Has something happened to him that I do not know, Grandma would think. Goku would transform into Super Saiyan. He would observe his hands studying his power. He felt stronger, but at the same time incomplete. Something was missing and he had it more than clear. I will defeat you, Goku would say with great determination. The confrontation between Goku and Grandma would finally take place. The two warriors would launch forward, releasing a storm of blows and energy here, shaking the battlefield. Each movement was fast and precise, with Goku showing a skill and strength that left Grandma in shock. Grandma, although powerful, was at a disadvantage against the new power of Goku. His attacks were easily dodged, and his defenses were penetrated by Goku's archer blows. As the battle advanced, Grandma began to realize that he was facing a completely different opponent than the one he had previously faced. You have become stronger than Vegeta. It's impressive, Grandma would say excited, but it is not enough. Now you will see, Goku would say. Goku and Grandma continued their fierce confrontation. Each blow resonated like a thunder. Each explosion of energy illuminated the sky. Both warriors were determined to come out victorious, no matter the cost. With time, Goku would begin to lose the advantage. Grandma would adapt easily to Goku's movements. At one point, Grandma would attack with a rotating kick connecting to Goku's face. He would be fired away. It is not possible, Goku would say, disconcerted. Yes, you got stronger, but it's not enough, Grandma would say. I detect a certain style of Vegeta's fight. I wonder what you might have done to him. Did you eat him or something like that? Shut up, damn bastard, Goku would say. Goku would throw everything at Grandma. He would launch several attacks, but Grandma with a hammer blow would land him on the ground. Goku could hardly move. The blow had been very strong. I thought you were going to do something more than that, Grandma would say.
but you turned out to be a farce. I can't lose like this, Goku would say. Of course you can't. You have to continue with our goal, Piccolo would say. What is that? Goku would say, disconcerted. Who are you talking to? Grandma would say. Look at him. That's why he kept our chips, 18 would say. Where are they? I don't see them, Goku would say. You don't see us because we're dead, 17 would say. Goku, we're inside you. Remember that you have our chips, 18 would say. We gave you improvements to defeat Grandma. After all, our goal of eliminating the martial warriors was to eliminate Grandma, Piccolo would say. But you're just there pitying, 18 would say. Hey, I'm being a bit rude to me, Goku would say. 18 is right. You are pitying, 17 would say. He's really hallucinating, Grandma would say when seeing Goku talk to himself. So are you going to stay there longer? 18 would say. And what do I do? Goku would say. Get up and keep fighting. That's what a real warrior would do, Vegeta would say. Vegeta, Goku would say. Vegeta, Grandma would say. Get up. I didn't give you my chip for nothing. You haven't realized it yet, but you haven't fully activated it yet, Vegeta would say. Don't you see that you haven't even used my transformation? Transformation, Goku would say. What? Grandma would say. Goku would stand on tiptoes, feel a renewable energy that ran through his body. He would emit sparks of ki everywhere while his sight was lost out of nowhere. I was designed to defeat Grandma, and I'm in charge of the memories of the fallen androids, Goku would say with great determination. Goku would explode his ki beyond his limits. Incredibly, he would achieve the transformation of the Super Saiyan God phase. Grandma couldn't believe it. It was the way he saw Vegeta. Bastard, Grandma would say. Grandma would throw himself at Goku. He would arrive with a strong fist punch into his face, which would turn him to one side. Instantly, Goku would respond with the same blow to Grandma. Grandma would turn his face to one side, spitting blood. Then Grandma would kick Goku's stomach with a kick, so that later Goku would respond in the same way. Between the two, they would begin to exchange blows at a high level. While the sky was flooded with energy everywhere, Goku and Grandma were having the most decisive fight of all. I can't believe it. This worm is at nothing to reach my level, Grandma would say. At one point, Goku and Grandma would hit each other in the face. Both would throw themselves far, although the blow had been stronger in Goku, who would fall to the ground. Goku would stand up again. Damn, this guy increases his strength as the fight progresses, Goku would say. It's not bad at all. You are admirable, but I can't leave you alive. You have given me many surprises in one day, Grandma would say. Goku would reach Goku with a kick to his chest that would throw him far, then he would reach him from behind, and with an attack he would throw him into the sky. Once up, he would knock him down with a strong blow. Goku would fall to the ground, leaving a large well, but he would manage to stand up again. Damn, it hits harder and harder, Goku would say. It's time to end this once and for all, Grandma would say. Grandma would join his hands and launch a very powerful ki attack. Goku would see all that energy coming towards him.
He would be shocked by what he saw. Anyway, Goku would hold the attack, and with great courage he would manage to support it. No matter how strong or resistant you are, this energy will tear you to pieces. Goku made a great effort to endure it. He felt that he was about to fall. Even so, he would not give up easily. Goku would force his ki to the maximum. He would keep leaning, but something would awaken in the depths of his being. In several parts of his body, the chips would begin to shine from the inside. His skin would be illuminated as if it were covered in runes. What is that? Grandma would say, disconcerted. Suddenly, Goku would shout a great war cry. A great ki attack would come out of his hands that would send Grandma back. Grandma would move to one side just in time. It can't be, that almost kills me, Grandma would say. When Grandma observed Goku, he would be disconcerted. His hair flamed like the Super Saiyan, but it was blue. Goku had reached the Super Saiyan Blue. What did you do? Grandma would say. Now I am in my full power, Goku would say. Dr. Brief was in his laboratory. He was sicker than before.
In a moment, his sight would get tired, so he should stop working. He would decide to observe Goku's progress on the monitor, and he would be impressed to see him in that way. "Oh, I didn't expect that," Dr. Brief would say. "Well, it seems I can be calm." Goku would arrive as if nothing had happened to Grandma. He would hit him hard in his stomach. Grandma would cough blood by the force of the blow. The intense battle between Goku and Grandma had reached a critical point. Both warriors faced each other with fierce determination, releasing a storm of ki energy that shook the battlefield and shook the ground under their feet. Each blow resonated like a thunder. Each explosion of energy illuminated the night sky with dazzling flashes. Goku, now transformed into Super Saiyan Blue, displayed all his power against Grandma, whose eyes reflected both surprise and determination. As the battle progressed, Goku began to better understand the essence of his new form. He felt a deeper connection with his own ki and a harmony that allowed him to channel his energy more efficiently and powerfully than ever before. Grandma, on the other hand, was forced to deploy all his skills and strategies to face Goku's imposing power. Although his strength and speed were impressive, Goku seemed to be one step ahead at every moment, anticipating his movements and responding with precise precision. As the battle reached its critical point, Goku and Grandma exchanged words between blows, each trying to better understand their opponent. "What are you, Goku?" Grandma would ask between jabs, skillfully dodging a punch aimed at his face. "I am a perfect android, a warrior destined to protect others and fight for justice," Goku would answer with determination, throwing a burst of ki energy that would make Grandma retreat a few steps. "And I am a superior being, evolved beyond the limitations of any species," Grandma would say, counterattacking with a rain of blows that Goku barely managed to dodge. "Shut up and fight!" The intensity of the battle was palpable. Each movement was calculated and executed with precise precision. In the midst of the chaos and destruction that surrounded them, Goku was in a state of trance, completely immersed in the battle. He could feel each fiber of his being vibrating with the energy of the combat, with his heart beating to the rhythm of his attacks and defenses. At that moment, there was nothing more than him, his opponent, and the need to prevail. On the other hand, Grandma was fighting with his own internal demons. Despite his apparent confidence and arrogance, something inside him was shaking. He had seriously underestimated Goku, and now he was fighting to stay up to the challenge he had ahead. "I will not let you get away with yours," Grandma would say. The battle continued without truce, with Goku and Grandma exchanging powerful blows and cunning strategies. Each was determined to surpass the other, to demonstrate their superiority and claim victory. In a moment of respite between the attacks, Goku would take the opportunity to concentrate and tune his energy even more. He could feel the strength of his friends and allies flowing through him, giving him the momentum he needed to continue the fight. "Vegeta, Piccolo, Android 17, and 18, all of you are with me right now," Goku would say. His words resonated in Grandma's heart, who would stop for a moment, surprised by the connection that Goku had with his companions. In that moment of doubt, Goku would take the opportunity to launch a powerful attack, hitting Grandma with all his strength. The impact would be devastating, sending Grandma flying through the air and crashing against the ground with a deafening roar. Goku would launch after him, determined to end the whole battle once and for all. By the time he reached the place where Grandma had fallen, he would find an unpleasant surprise. The enemy